If you integrate AI and you use the right systems, here's what it can do. It will give you one extra booking a day. Now, it's not like your normal employees who clock in, clock out 5 days a week. This will do you 24/7. So 1 times 7, 7 times 4 weeks in a month, 28. 28 times your average conversion rate. Let's say you're good and you're 50%. So for every 10 people that come in of an appointment that they wanted, 5 should go ahead, right? So that's 14 people. 3.5 times 14 is 50 grand. You've just doubled your income.
Yeah, but from a profit perspective as well, it's probably even higher.
And the LVT of the patient. If you attract them in, work your magic, do a 5-star experience, and then they join your plan, then your EBITDA has gone through the roof. This is the opportunity that business owners, doesn't matter if you're a dentist, you just swap dentist for whatever you are. And that's what is exciting about AI, is the opportunity that it's gonna unlock for you while you're sleeping, by the way.
It's differentiation, it's effort, and there's a like life is a value exchange. Like it truly is. And if you're like subconsciously or consciously, that prospect / client sees you as someone who's willing to invest in them, so then they become just more willing to invest in you, which is human nature.
You're right. The reason I mentioned that in-person sale is because when you're selling to a prospect in person, like you said, right, it's easy to say no over the phone. It's easy to say no over a Zoom. But there's nuances. Now, I know the meetups are nothing to do with selling, but when we share the wins and we share the success, like, oh, how did you do that? And, oh, here's how I did it. You know, people pick up on inflections in energy, you know what I mean? So, mate, I'm really excited. And to be honest, I didn't join for this reason. I joined for my own reasons, right? I got my own targets. I got my own little I needed a toolbox. And what AIA gave me was the toolbox, the toolkit I was looking for. And I was like, God, just get me a product that I can go sell. Like, so my friends and family who I love dearly, right?
Yeah.
And I can't talk about certain parts of my life, certain aspects of my work, certain aspects of my success to my friends I grew up with, because it's just a different conversation, you know. And the people I can talk to are the people I've met in the community. The people that are rooting for me, the people are like, hey, that's amazing, dude. How did you do that? So that's one side of the community I absolutely love, is like these people want it, they're interested, they want to hear it, and they're grateful for the share and the win, right? That's one side that I think people who are thinking of joining don't anticipate.
Yeah.
The feel good factor you get when you get a sale.
And you're right, like entrepreneurship can be lonely. How many clients do you have now?
On this program, 13.
13. And what have you got though? Is that recurring at £1,000 a month?
So total revenue generated, say there's about 30,000 in setup fees, and I'm currently on 13 clients at 13,027. So basically, right now I'm on 156,000 yearly, right?
Yeah.
My target is 100 at 100.
Yeah.
So now, whenever I say that, I always think, oh, I know what you're thinking. It's like, oh, okay, it's a very low average order value, but that's okay. I've actually accepted that my strength is land and expand, and because I know how I build relationship with clients. When I joined, AIA, I really had some like reflection time, right? Because I'm now like, okay, cool. Let's make this one the one. Make this one the one that you want to keep, right?
Had there been things before that you tried and not worked
out?
So
for example, like before joining you guys, average client would be 7,000-8,000 a month. I do a lot of consultancy, and consultancies can go up to, one was paying me 18 grand a month. Okay, but that's deep. That's, you can only do 2 or 3 of those a month, right? Because I'm an internal consultant. I go in, watch.
It's not passive. You're on call full time.
I literally become the client. I go in, put systems in and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And that's when I'm thinking I need to switch this, right? So I started the training course. My wife and I trying to start the training course. That's now in its 5th year. So the training course is doing lovely, right? We've got members there. And I said to Roche, my wife, I was like, hey, you know what? We can't keep doing this. because if something happens or I fall ill or whatever, we can't do the training. We have to do this, and I've got to get into AI. So about 4 months before I joined you guys, I started learning about AI, and I don't consider myself technical. And I was like, you know what I need? I just need a toolbox. I want someone's toolbox so I can go door knocking again and say, hey dude, give me your biggest problem. Great, I got a hammer for that. Oh, I got a spanner for that.
What attracted you to like both AI and you said you were like looking for that toolbox, but like what made you like what's making you all in on this model over like other things that you could do?
What I absolutely am blown away by with AI is for people like me, so I'm an artist, right? Some of these pictures there's the drawings. So I'm creative, graphic design, advertising at uni, right? That's my background is like, okay, I like things to look nice. I'm very creative. So when I meet a business with a problem, I get creative with the problem. And my downfall has always been working with suppliers that are shit, or suppliers that don't deliver, or suppliers that promise this and deliver this, right? Don't get me wrong, there's been some amazing suppliers, but my point is the process is so slow. So if I want a website to look a certain way, or I don't want that phone number there, I want it here. I don't want that contact form to have 10 fields, I need to have 3, and when you fill in the third one, the next, all these little things, right?
Yeah.
Now I can create. So you guys introduced me to Replit, Base, Lovable. Lovable's changed my life. Incredible. Yeah, and it's going to be a $5,000. It's going to be a $5,000 product. And so I vibe coded it in, how long did it take? I don't know. Let's say an hour and a half, right? With a cups of coffee and just letting it do. It's just incredible, and the speed. So I'm very excited. I'm behind. Don't get me wrong. I'm about 40K behind, but with the new program that we just launched, the link I sent you, right? Learn, Automate, Grow. In fact, that's the reason why I joined you guys. The main reason is to create a series of events, live events, get them in a room, shut the door, and say, guys, let me show you a way.
What was the biggest areas of value that you received in joining AIA into the community, the toolbox, the softwares? What's been the key bits of value for you?
You get to the next level and you think it's going to be easy. You're like, no, I didn't know all this other stuff is here, By the way, I've joined other programs, right? I've joined programs, actually other AI programs as well. And I'm like, this is not what I thought. And I've joined programs where, it's been amazing and I made loads of money and they've delivered, right? With your program, and I don't know if you know this or you've had this feedback, is AIA that your support that you guys give is, I want to say world class, but I just don't think anyone's offering what you guys offer, right? The fact that you get daily, almost literally 24/7 support, literally. But those literally daily Zoom calls, then everything's recorded. Plus, then we got these. You got the heartbeat community as well. It's just incredible. So what you did really was you elevated my horizon. And you open me up to not only a whole new world, but literally a whole level of people. That's the difference. Now I'm going to give you an example, which hopefully people can relate to. Right? It's like what you said about success. You think it's going to get easier. It doesn't get easier, but it gets different, and it's more enjoyable. Like kids, right? You're a recent father, right? I've got 2 girls, and you think it's going to get easier. But it gets different. It's a different challenge. Talking to someone who's 6, talking to someone who's a teenager, talking to someone who's now, hey, just graduated. Right? My daughter just graduated. I was like, whoa, now you're really an adult.
Milestone,
yeah, milestone.
It's a major milestone.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think you guys explain it well enough to know to get the prospect to know what it is. And this is why I think, Jordan, I genuinely believe this, that all these people who are interested, maybe have seen your ad, or interested in AI, I don't think they really know the opportunity. And what I mean by that is, we all know there's an opportunity.
Yeah, but
I don't.
how can you be a part of it?
How can you
How does
access
it
it?
translate to How does it translate to you?
Yeah, and how do you harness it? So when I was looking for a toolbox, right, and I went to use the analogy, I went to B&Q and I saw lots of toolboxes. I'm like, yeah, that one's good, that's okay, but it's not quite what I'm looking for. You are literally presenting a life change, and that's
Thank you.
powerful.
What's that doing for your clients? Is that changing their businesses?
Okay, so here's the thing that most small businesses, you can swap the word dental practice for any small business, right? What people don't realize, and I'm talking to all owner operator small businesses, is you've got a website and you paid money for it, and you've only got it for one reason. There's only one reason you have a website, and that is to get more customers. So I say, here's the problem. So you guys clock in, you come to work, you clock in, and you're ready for the shop, right? And then you've got inquiries, or you're calling your patients or your customers. Guess what? You're calling them at the same time you're working.
They're ready for work.
So the Dolly Parton effect is the reason why you're not getting through to these prospects, these patients or customers, is because they're doing exactly what you're doing, which is working. So what happens is, to the untrained receptionist who's calling and no one's picking up and no one's answering, when they have their practice meeting, when they have their hey, how's the leads going, mate? No one's answering. No, I don't even think these people are real. And
the leads are shit.
Stop the marketing. Marketing shit. Right? Or this company's, and it's like, dudes, let me explain to you, right? You get more people go to your website, you get more opportunity, you get more eyeballs when you're closed than when you're open. Think about it. It's exactly what we would do. We do most of our surging when we're back home, if we watch the news and we had dinner.
Scrolling,
Right? Actually, it goes even higher after 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Right? So the actual...
Yeah, we do our trainings at like 8 p.m. because that's when people are sat down, they've had dinner. They're like, oh, well, I could put Netflix on, or I can just tune in to some training.
The real impact of this, and I'll show you a real example. Look at that, just had one. You can't see it. So you just had a new booking. So this is, what time are we now? We're after hours, everyone's gone home. The power of AI is now you can service the customer that you want when you're closed and when they are interested. Getting people booked in when you're closed, that's the power of AI. Now, I know people say, well, I don't want an electronic person answering my phones. It's like, yeah, but it's not like that anymore. Now you can't tell.
Yeah, you really can't.
You can't.
Like the videos that we can create and stuff now is just, it's phenomenal. A lot of our ads are, I would have been recording 3 times a week last year, and now I'll record once per month.
Wow.
Because of AI.
And the real life impact is this, right? So in my experience, the average UK dental practice generates anywhere between 50 to 80 grand a month, right? I'm talking across the board. It's not big money. If you're doing over 150 a month, you're doing well, okay? And there's a whole debate around NHS versus private. So watch this. If you integrate AI and you use the right systems, here's what it can do. It will give you 1 extra booking a day. 1. Now, it's not like your normal employees who clock in, clock out 5 days a week. This will do you 24/7. So 1 times 7 times 4 weeks in a month, 28. 28 times your average conversion rate. Most dental practices are 40. Let's say you're good and you're 50%. So for every 10 people that come in of an appointment that they wanted, 5 should go ahead, right? So that's 14 people multiplied by your average order value. In the game I play in, it's £3,500, right? Invisalign, composite bonding. 3.5 times 14 is 50 grand. You've just doubled your income by doing one component.
That's just from but from a profit perspective as well, it's probably even higher.
And the LVT of the patient. If you attract them in, work your magic, do a 5-star experience, and then they join your plan, then your EBITDA has gone through the roof. And this is the opportunity that business owners, doesn't matter if you're a dentist, you just swap dentist for whatever you are.
Yeah.
And that's what is exciting about AI, is the opportunity that it's going to unlock for you while you're sleeping, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you, Nin. I really appreciate you sharing this. Thank you.